And it's good now. Well, let me ask you about your life. So, do you tend to think positively or negatively about your life?
Mm, I think uh, I am a positive person, and I think that um, our life is presence,
Yeah.
um, and we're grateful every day. We still alive.
Uh,
Um, we work. We have um, work to. We have a work. You have a food. We have accommodation. Yes,
yeah, of course.
yeah. We are lucky.
Yeah, of course. We are lucky that, yeah, of course, you actually, that was really good that you're grateful and thankful for your basic needs and for everything that you have in your life. And I think this make if everyone has the same opinion as you, the similar opinion and thought as you, they will be happy with your life, and that's perfect. Yeah, we are alive, we are healthy, we can eat, we have
Yes,
money, so as you said, house, home to live, so that's really good. And tell me about your family. Does your family have the same opinion about you? Like they think that you're a
yes.
really
I think
positive
so.
person? Yeah.
My mom is a positive person too. She um, um she uh remind me thankful for we have a house to live. We have a food. Before she in earlier before she in maybe 30 years ago she worked hard uh, and she worked in the market and
Of
she always went away from home to have a living, to earn for living. Yeah. Uh, Now sometimes she remind me uh, that um, she thankful
course.
for everything she has now. Yes.
Yeah. So let me write the first
She
word.
rarely complained. She rarely complained about her life.
Wow. So she worked hard to make a living. So that is
Mm.
to earn money. Of course, we use this phrase. And for example, so you can work hard to make a living as an artist, as a teacher, as I don't know, everyone, every job. So as a designer, so and never complain that's perfect. Well, and tell me if you failed in something in your life, part of your life maybe. If you failed, what would you do? Like, I don't know, just you would try to learn and keep going and just, oh no, you would be maybe disappointed, frustrated. Sorry. So if you failed in something in your life, like, what would you do? What would be your reaction? So you would be strong, you would learn, you would continue, or no, just you stop and would do nothing maybe, just would get frustrated, disappointed.
I don't think I have a few failure in my life. Yes, I think it just unlucky. It just something uh, I did not. Um, I think I did it. Um, um, I, I don't have the feelings of failure.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
It just I don't have a luck enough luck, or I don't good enough. I am not good enough in that field, and I
Field.
have to try to learn more about that field. Um, and I am not suitable with this field, with that job, for example, and I will find what happened, what caused the the consequences, and I find the solution for myself. Yes,
Yeah, of course, very good. So you try to, so in every actually, so it can be failure or I don't know, any maybe opportunity or every level of your life. So you try to be optimistic, just try to think positively. Maybe you think that, yeah, of course, okay, I couldn't because I was not a good fit, for example, for a job, for that
yes,
field. As you said, you were not suitable, you were not a good fit for something. So that's really good. So you can use it and it can have different reason. Well, that's really good. Actually, some people like you look in the bright side. It's like, they focus on the positive aspect. So let me, okay, the first word, look on the bright side to find good things in a bad situation. So it's like, yes, to be optimistic, to focus on the positive aspects of a situation. So, of course, sometimes things seem negative or challenging, and it's really difficult. But you try to focus on the positive side, even it's bad. So that is the meaning of looking on the bright side. On the other hand, we have some people that look on the dark side. So
look
some
on
people,
the dark side.
of course, that is the opposite EDM actually. Like, they try to find something and, it's like, they see the worst in things. Just, they have pessimistic idea and outlook. So it's like it's not really good. Okay, so they focus on the downside, like negative things. Actually, it's not really good. But most of people, especially nowadays, we see that there are lots of people try to find something in everything, even if that it's not really bad. So it's okay, not really bad, but yes, they. So some people look on the dark side and it see the worst things. Well, okay. And now my mom taught me to always. Could you read it, please?
My mom taught me to always look on the bright side to live a happier life. My
Yes.
mom taught me to always look on the bright side to live a happier life. Yes, look on the bright side.
Is it easy? So, because
Mm,
especially when the situation is really challenging, is it easy to look on the bright
yes,
side?
it's not easy. It's not easy, but we have to learn. and try to do it. Try to look on the bright side.
Of course.
Whatever happens in our life, we always look on the bright side to
Yeah.
continue to, yeah,
To keep going, of
to keep
course.
going.
Yeah, of course. And motivation. So that is really actually good word. But actually finding that motivation is really difficult. Because yeah, you think everyone can have motivation, inspiration in their lives. But it's like, if this motivation is a permanent or no, just, for a period of time. So that is actually something like the inner sense or drive, like a force that, make you keep going, make you start and take action. So this is motivation. So when we have motivation, we are determined, we are focused, we are persistent in our efforts, so in what we do. So I think motivation is what that, keeps people, let me write here, what keeps people focused, determined, and persistent. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And so tell me about, so now of course I know that you have your own family, your kids, your husband. So tell me about a period of time that was difficult, maybe that was challenging. So everyone has had, so it's really normal. So tell me, what was your motivation to make you strong, something that at that period of time made you really strong
Mm-hmm.
and push you to continue?
Yeah, my kids um is our motivation to start to work and do business to make a
Yeah,
lot of money to for them to to make a
yeah,
lot of money to have a better life for them to have to give them a better life. Their
of
yeah.
course.
I am my parents is my motivation um, to live better and better day after day um, and give them have a good life.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So let me ask you about motivation because some, we can say motivation can come from external pressure or reward. Like, for example, like money, like, for example, recognition. So, this is one type of motivation. Another one actually is something that's driven by personal satisfaction. So, it's like, when you enjoy doing something. So which one do you find more better or I don't know stronger? So we have the first one, motivation driven by personal satisfaction, for example, or the joy of doing something. It's like, you really, for example, this is about your job. Because this is what you really want, you always wanted to have and wanted to do. So you're happy because of this. So this is your motivation. And we have another form that comes from, like, I don't know, we can say external items like money or recognition or everything. So for example, driven by rewards like money, I don't know, great recognition, everything. So which one do you think can be stronger? I think money is really strong. I think money is really strong.
Yes, when I was young, maybe 20 years ago, um, my motivation driven by the rewards, by the judgment. Um, mm, mm, the director praise me and give me a high salary. Well, uh, I have a compliment, good compliment about me. How can I? How can I? How can I call when I work well? Um, uh, the company will give me the lot money or rewards. I have a
Recognition.
high salary, job recognition. Yeah,
Recognition, of
uh,
course. It's like, when you
and
do something, of course, very well, your company or your, for
right,
example, boss, your employer, of course,
yeah,
they appreciate. They show that they
I
know. So maybe
appreciate.
extra money, yeah, of course. So receiving job recognition is really good. So yeah, of course, the
Job
companies they
recognition,
offer, yeah,
recognition, job
job recognition,
recognition.
of course.
Yes. Um, uh, Many years ago, my motivation driven by job recognition and appreciation, appreciation
Appreciation of your,
kind
for example,
of
of
from
your
the
boss or
company.
employer, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, Appreciation of um, my boss.
yeah, but not
Yes,
now.
but not now.
Of course, it's totally different now. Wow. And
Mhm.
so this word is really easy because you know this. So this is an adjective, significant, important, and noticeable. It's significant that you think more positively to have a happy life. So, of course, especially in IELTS, so we use it especially in writing. So significant is very important.
It
Wow.
is significant that you think more positively to have a happy life. Yeah, significant.
Of course, it is really important to, yeah, to think positively if you want to have. So, yeah, of course. So when something is remarkable, it's important. So we say it's significant. Well, and this word at the beginning of the session, we talked about it. Uh, Optimism, and of course, we have the opposite that is pessimism. So, optimism is a belief that, we
Optimism.
think, yeah, of course, everything will be good. So that, and someone who has this opinion, this belief is optimistic. So if you are an optimistic, of course, you think positively. You see at the broad, try to see the broad side. and you always like you're hopeful. And if my brother speaks with optimism about his chance to enter university, so he thinks positively, so he is optimistic about his chance to enter university. So you can be optimistic about something, which means you have good idea or opinion about it.
Yeah.
So optimist noun, optimistic adjective, and we have the opposite. Again, pessimism
Mm-hmm.
again is a noun. Again, just like a belief.
Pessimism.
There's something bad, everything will be bad. And I think, in every family we have at least one person who is really pessimistic. So just, they think to try to find fault and I don't know dark side in everything. So while pessimism is widely regarded as bad thing, some people believe it can help you be more realistic. Oh, believe it can help you be more realistic, you think? What do you think about this? So it's like
Mm.
they think that it's not pessimism. This is, realistic, being realistic. Do you agree?
Someone believes that it can be hard to be more realistic. Pessimism,
Yeah.
pessimism, uh, help you be more realistic.
No, it's like, yeah, of course, some people think that it's not, negative. Because when you are pessimistic, it's like, you try to see the reality of life. Not everything should be easy and good. And so they believe. Of course, I don't agree with this because it's not about realistic. So it's like, okay, it's not the real reality of life. That everything, yeah, of course, everything can have a negative side. But no, we don't need to focus on that negative side. But some people believe that no, pessimism is not bad because it helps you to focus on reality of your life. So this can
Mm.
have a negative side. What do you think about
Mm.
that? Do you agree?
Maybe it is right. I don't know. Um,
Maybe.
maybe, maybe the pessimist, pessimist is a person were who like realistic. Uh, mm,
Yeah.
uh, pessimist is a realistic person.
No, some people believe that
Yeah.
pessimistic or pessimism, like pessimism makes you realistic. That
Mm.
is you try to, but I'm not sure about this. Yes, we can say that, for example, the maybe some people they don't take some I don't know risk. So
Mm.
sometimes we can say that pessimism can be realistic, but how? If you are, for example, if you try to be accurate, I don't know if when taking risk, so it's okay. Or for example, if you are trying to, I don't know, to prepare for problems. So let's see the negative sides. So it's okay, but not always. So actually, when we say realistic here, if you mean unpleasant truth, so of course it's possible. Sometimes negative side of a situation needs to be, I don't know, addressed, because you need to pay attention to the negative side, because there are some unpleasant truth in your life. You know?
Unpleasant truth.
Of
Yes.
course. So if we want to, if the aim is to know, to acknowledge unpleasant truth, it's okay. We can say, but most of the time, pessimism not can't be realistic. What is that? For example, some people exaggerate negatives. Why? Okay, we know that there are some negative sides, but you don't need to exaggerate, make it bigger, bigger. So if you exaggerate negatives, no, it's not realistic. And I don't know, if you ignore positives, it's not realistic. So we can say it's better to have balanced perspective. So we can say optimistic, for example, realism. We know challenges, but I like this one. So we say, let me erase this one. Okay. What is that? For example, I say, okay, I'm an optimistic, like and optimistic realism. What is that? I know challenges. I know there are some negative sides, but I want to focus on positive points. So this is balanced perspective.
Feelings perspective.
Yeah,
Optimistic realism. Optimistic realism. Yes. I understand. Yeah, I
yeah,
get it.
very good. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and doubt. So you know that when you have doubt, you're not sure about something. I'm having doubt about my chance to pass the interview. Sometimes it comes from the lack of confidence. You're not sure about your ability, you're not sure about something. So when you have doubt, you're not sure. So a feeling of not being sure about something. This is the next word. Okay. And now let's talk about the words. Okay, you can make sentences if you need. Well,
My mom, uh, my mom teaches me, um, teach me to look on the bright side, when I have a challenge.
when facing
When
challenges, of
I face challenges.
course.
Number two, um, my motivation, my significant motivations in my family.
Yeah. So, okay. So your motivation is your family.
Yeah,
Yeah, very good. Here, significant. It's good. You can use it, but you don't need it
yeah,
because motivation is significant.
yeah,
The word is important. So
Okay.
if you don't use it, it's okay. But I don't want to
Mm.
say that grammatically is not correct. It's correct, but yeah, just motivation. Yeah, my motivation, my real motivation in my life is my family. So that's perfect.
Mm. Working in a um, working in a foreign company is my motivation to study English. Um,
Yes.
Working in
Okay.
foreign in a big company is my motivation.
Of course.
Mm.
So when you work, of course, that is like, it's like inner motivation. You enjoy something
Yeah,
that you're working in a big company. So of course it can be a motivation. Yeah. Yeah.
significant. Mm. Mm. Being a good or having a good looking is um, significant um, is um, I mean that to be a woman
Yeah.
um, we have to be beautiful
Of course. So
and
beauty, good look,
beauty
beauty is really
beauty
significant, of
is
course.
really significant.
Especially for women, of course, it's really important. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
And let me give you
Beauty
a
or good
word.
looking is significant for women. Yes.
Of course, of course. Beauty is, yeah, we can say, is really significant. And but let me say, it's like I want to actually clarify this word like significant. Look at this word milestones.
Milestone.
Milestones in life are significant events or I don't know, achievements. Let me write it here. Or experiences. So, uh, so let's talk about milestones. For example, actually, these milestones, everyone, like, in childhood, birth is milestone. This is the start of your life, because actually that makes really important stage in your life, in your journey, like in your development. So we have, I don't know, starting a school. So in adulthood. So for example, turning 80. Like, oh, I'm adult now. Now, for example, higher education. Like, I don't know, marriage, partnership, they are milestones. So we have milestones in life. They are significant, really important events. So let me ask you about your milestones. If you want to put them in order, so after getting married, we have found, having children, giving birth, I don't know, like raising children, marriage. So all of them are milestones. So put them in the order.
Mm. Yes, the milestone. in life are significant events in my life. In my life. Yeah. Married. Get married. Getting married. Is a significant event in my life.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Mm.
Yeah. That's really,
Okay.
yeah, of course.
Number 4,
Yeah.
optimism. Mm. Mm. Uh, Optimism helps to have a happier life. Optimism um, contribute
Yes.
um, contribute um, to make a happier life.
Of course.
Yes.
To make
Mm, we need to balance between the optimism and pessimism to have a balanced life.
very good. Of course, yes. Of course.
Um, 2 days ago, we watched a football match between the Thailand and Vietnam football match, and it's the final football match between Vietnam and Thailand in at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and in the match, match, the Vietnamese football player um, was broken his leg,
Ah.
and he has to um, uh, he brought has to be brought out to the
Uh,
fields. Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
Um, but he um optimistic, optimistic, optimistic
He was
uh,
optimistic.
um about the result of the match,
Yeah.
and yes, um even when his leg was broken,
Very
but
good.
still he still gave some good um, says which um, he he talked he said um, in even when he was broken, but he still keep his mind smile on he keeps he still keep his mind um,
Positive. Yeah.
yeah, positively.
Uh,
My husband said that he uh, I my husband is pessimistic. He said that the football player uh,
yeah.
will stop his job at that day.
Oh.
Uh, yeah,
so, so realistic. Yeah. Yeah.
realistic. And
Yeah.
I am optimistic. I think he's just the leg was broken, and he will recover, uh,
I hope so.
recovery, recovery after a few months, and
I, I'm not
he will
actually
come back,
in
come
this
back player
case.
to
Yeah,
come to play up again.
of
Uh,
course.
but my
In this
husband said that
case,
no,
yeah,
he
I
will
think
quit his
this
job
is
now.
realistic. Actually, this is realism, because yes, so your husband knows that, because leg, when you break your leg, it's really difficult to recover. And yes, after that, it's really difficult to play again. So it's realism. So maybe never. So because
Yes, yes.
hand is okay, but leg, you break your leg and it's really so your leg is broken. Even after recovery, maybe it can be, I don't know, just 10% chance to be able to play again. So your husband is realistic, I think. Yeah. So about the word, yeah, and about the word that you say that, so he kept talking positively, like, I don't know, saying some motivational words to teammates, inspirational phrases. We can, I don't know, for example, be successful, we can win. So we have like some motivational words, like inspirational or motivational, like we can win, it's okay. So they're encouraging, but unfortunately sometimes they
Yes,
do it.
because I like that football player, and I don't know, I don't want to hear something bad about him. Even I know that
I
is a
think
big problem with his leg, but I don't want to hear anything negative about him. Yeah,
I think your husband knows that you
yes,
like
yes,
that boss. No, he never come back.
yeah.
It's
When
over.
when he saw the um the football player on the in the match, he said that, oh, his legs were broken. I'm not sure, and uh, uh, and it's a big problem. It make it a serious accidents.
Ah,
I think he will quit his
yeah.
first professional career here. And,
I
um,
hope you can see your
yes, and
favorite.
he said right. He and the doctors said, and the result after, and the doctor said, like my husband said,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
I read the newspaper, and the
as I
doctor
told,
said,
as I
what?
told you. Yeah.
Yeah, what my head? Well, yeah.
Oh, wow. So,
But at that times, I don't want to hear. I don't. I said that no, never. Yeah.
oh, that's so cool. But we need to, of course, seeing bright side is really good, but at the same time, balance. So we need to accept some negative. So we should have some doubts. So a little bit realistic. I hope maybe he will. So who knows? We are living in modern and actually techno era. So who knows? He can come back maybe near
I said
future.
that. I said that. Stop. Don't talk about him. No,
Oh,
don't say it like that. Stop, please. Doctor,
oh, really?
let the doctor say. I believe the doctor. I don't believe you.
Oh, so, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, so funny. So, oh, of
Talk
course.
about
So
something that
you are a
we
big
should
fan.
be talking
You're a big
about.
fan.
Ah,
Well, We're gonna watch a video about optimism and pessimism. So
Okay.
first, let's read this question. So, of course, we'll talk about them later. And sometimes we feel neutral, not positive, not negative, like, nothing. And let's see, let's watch the video together. And then, of course, we'll talk about these questions. Okay, let me play this video, just one moment. Okay, well,
Health. Which one is better? The answer may not be as clear-cut as you believe. While research shows that optimists are happier, have better health, and do better at school and sports, there are advantages to pessimism that may surprise you. For example, pessimists tend to be more accurate in their assessments than optimists. That's why you often hear them refer to themselves as realists. Optimists, on the other hand, may overestimate how much they can do in a short amount of time. This can lead to overpromising and a stressful time catching up. But overall, optimists outperform pessimists, and there are many reasons why. Optimist versus pessimist. What's the difference? Before we delve into those reasons, what is the difference between optimism and pessimism? For one, a pessimistic person has a negative bias. They believe that things will not work out in their favor, even when they have no idea of the outcome. An optimist, on the other hand, tends to believe things will go well even without evidence. But there's more to the story. The role of expectations. Research shows that expectations play a role in our outcomes. Optimists tend to expect the best out of any situation. As a result, their outlook on life has a placebo effect. Placebo refers to the research phenomenon in which a pill that has no medicinal qualities creates healing in those who expect that it will work. By contrast, the pessimist's outlook has a nocebo effect. This refers to a negative outcome due to an expectation that things will not turn out well for them.
Don't use bullet points in a presentation. Look, if you're responsible for driving new sound.
Resilience in an optimist versus pessimist. Martin Seligman, a leading researcher on optimism versus pessimism, says optimists possess a resiliency that leads to increased success. For example, if something bad happens, they assume it is a temporary setback and bounce right back rather than dwelling on it. It's easy to see how this would serve someone well on the sports field or in the classroom. The optimist will brush off a bad play or poor test performance. They see these incidents as impermanent and related to external factors. The pessimist, on the other hand, tends to view the same circumstances as permanent. In addition, they blame themselves for the setback rather than external factors. This makes it harder to brush them off and negatively impacts self-esteem. Optimists and pessimists have contrasting thoughts about both positive and negative circumstances. The optimist views a crisis as short-lived, isolated, and outside their control. The pessimist views the same incident as long-lasting, all their fault, and liable to impact other areas of their lives. When something positive happens, the optimist assumes this is the way it will always be. They also believe their talent and hard work got them the result. In contrast, the pessimist says, "This was just a fluke and I got lucky this time." While they blame themselves when things go wrong, they do not give themselves due credit when they succeed. Can a person be optimistic and pessimistic?
Oh, this one is good.
No one is 100% optimistic or entirely pessimistic. Our survival requires a balance of both. Those we refer to as pessimists simply have more of a negative bias, while optimists expect good things to happen more often. Pure pessimism would lead to a miserable life, hardly worth living. Unchecked optimism would result in risky behaviors that could reduce life expectancy. It might also create unhealthy financial decisions that impact one's quality of life. In addition, a person can be optimistic in some areas of their lives and pessimistic in others. For example, they may expect their relationships to succeed but have low hopes for their finances. Optimistic versus pessimistic versus realist. Although pessimists may think of themselves as realists, realists display a combination of optimistic and pessimistic qualities. The optimist believes things will always get better. The pessimist believes things can always get worse. The realist takes things as they are and accepts them. Realists are less idealistic and have fewer unrealistic expectations. The realist might be more interested in solving the problem than dwelling on why it happened or pretending things are better than they are. The realist thinks critically and objectively. They understand that life can be tough, but that doesn't have to get you down emotionally. They can act as a grounding force for the optimist and help pessimists let go of negative thinking. Realists and pessimists have more in common than optimists and realists. That's because the first two groups do not shy away from the tougher subjects in life. How optimist versus pessimist mindset can impact your life. Say you are an optimistic university student and you receive a poor grade on a test. You will tell yourself that it is only one test and you will study harder and do better on the next one. You are likely to believe that the teacher made the test too difficult rather than blame yourself. As a result, your self-esteem remains intact and you bounce back and do better on the next test. Your optimistic outlook enhances your overall performance. In the same situation, if you are a pessimistic student, you will not view a poor grade as an isolated incident. You might assume it means you are not smart enough to do well in the course. You blame yourself for your poor study habits or lack of talent rather than considering the teacher's role in creating the test. As a pessimistic student, you are less likely to feel motivated to study harder and do better next time. You will suffer a hit to your self-esteem due to self-blame over the low grade instead of considering external factors. In this way, your pessimism has a detrimental impact on your performance. The same results can be extrapolated to relationships, work, and other aspects of life. If you have a fight with your partner and you are a pessimist, you might feel the whole relationship is in trouble. The optimist, however, will view the fight as an isolated incident that has no bearing on the rest of the relationship. How to change your mindset? If you are a pessimist, there is good news. You can change your outlook on life and become more optimistic. Contrary to what some believe, optimism and pessimism are not fixed traits. They can be changed with some work. Find pleasure in the little things. Rather than limiting happiness to a few big events, find joy in the smaller, everyday things in life to raise your happiness. Visualize what you want. Instead of expecting the worst, picture what you want to make it more attainable. Be realistic. Realistic optimism is the best kind because it protects you from the dangers of unfettered optimism and prepares you for whatever the world throws at you. Practice gratitude. Pay more attention to what you have than what you don't have. It's simply a shift in focus rather than pretending things are different from what they are. Find a creative outlet. Creativity is a positive and enjoyable experience that inspires an improved mindset. Be kind to yourself. Challenge your harsh inner critic with self-compassion. Stop self-blame and begin supporting yourself with positive self-talk. Practice mindfulness. This simply means paying attention to the present moment. Allow and accept any thoughts and feelings that arise without judgment. Find your purpose. Why are you here? Living a meaningful life will improve your state of mind, health, and well-being. Final thoughts. The difference between optimist and pessimist is nuanced instead of clear-cut. Optimism is better for your quality of life and performance. Unrealistic optimism, however, can lead to risky behavior and poor financial choices. Realism, a third category between optimism and pessimism, denotes a more detached view of life. The realist accepts things as they are. They do what they need to navigate life's difficulties without dwelling on why bad things happen. Pessimism and optimism are malleable states. By practicing the simple exercises above, a pessimist can quickly begin to enjoy the benefits of learned optimism. These include better health, more happiness, and increased resilience.
Well, okay, so I think so being in the middle is better. So realistic. Well, so that was really okay. Um, let's talk about this video. Optimism, pessimism, and realism. Of course. So how we know that? So and as we just watched, it's not something fixed that okay, so someone is optimist or for example pessimist or so it's like maybe sometimes we are so we try to think positively sometimes so it depends on the situation and condition. Well, and now let me ask you, so yeah, there are some ways that you can try to be, I don't know, like optimist or to try to be more realistic. So let me ask you, have you ever tried something? For example, you felt like that, okay, I'm thinking negatively, so let's do this to change my mind.
Mm, yes. I sometimes I recognize I think about something negative.
Yeah,
Yes, and I reminded myself that oh, you are just think about it in the bad way. So you have to um, think it positive. Yes, and I reminded myself to
yeah,
change. And after that, when I change my thoughts, I think I have a better way or a brighter um, just a look on the bright side. Yes, mm, and I I felt happier than when I change my mind.
yeah, of course. So if you can, that's really good. Well, let's have a look at this question. Just let me ask you something. Could you briefly, like, for example, in a few sentences, tell me about the video that we just watched? So, what did you get about optimism, pessimism, realism?
When I watch the video, I like it to be optimistic person. Um, but I uh, I learned some good things from
Course.
pessimism. Yes, um, because um, mm, now I I think when we watch the video, uh, I saw the benefit. The uh, if we if I am optimistic and if I am pessimistic, it have a benefit to
Of
both.
course. Of
Yes,
course.
so we have to learn and balance and to be really real, real, realistic, really realistic. Yeah. Mm, um, optimistic. often the people who are optimistic is have a good relationship with others, um, have a good performance, good looking, um,
Of course.
and they live. They have a happier life. Um, when they have challenge, they easier to hear, um, to come over the challenge, um, and they are easier to successful. Yes,
Yeah, to succeed,
um, to success, to success.
of course. So it's like, and tell me
Uh,
about unrealistic
yes, yes.
optimism.
Um, but the optimism is not usually is not realistic. Um, so we have to try to think, and I think to be realistic is good. Um,
So it's
and
like, yeah,
yeah, and pessimistic have a good benefit, like um, they work hard and they have a good result. Um, they have a good grade or um, good at some very good at in their fields.
yeah, of course, of course.
Mm,
So, as we just watched and as you just mentioned, so we have realism and we have so if we
yeah.
have balance, so like okay, we can be optimist, but in a normal way, not too much that is like actually it goes to like idealistic, and it's just that you don't think about things logically like okay, so you do everything, you take risk without thinking about the consequences, and it's not really good. So unrealistic optimism can be dangerous, maybe more than pessimism, but at the same time, as you said, sometimes pessimism is not really bad because you be focused on negative details and we try to find something to be ready. Maybe that is really good. So it's like, for example, we try to be maybe balanced pessimism makes us proactive. We are ready for everything. We make everything happen. Maybe. I'm not sure about this, but I think. But, sometimes we are reactive. We wait for something to happen, then we react. Sometimes we make something happen because we wait for it. So maybe it can make us a little bit proactive. Well, and tell me about the first question here. Something that you don't feel too strongly about.
Can
So
you show me the question? Yes.
I'm not sharing. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I was typing on the board and I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Okay. Now, so I type unrealistic. Okay,
Talk
so
about something that you
yes.
don't feel too strongly about. Do you
What's
think
the
your
reason?
opinion is negative and positive? Why? Hmm.
Why sometimes we don't feel too strongly about something.
Yes. When intend to when we have a plan to send my kids to study in the US, and I I think many negative yes when they will have we they I think my my husband so feel stronger than me. He
Yeah,
look he see the positive things in the future. maybe it's good for their future, but I worry. I'm worried.
Of course, you have
Yes,
concerns.
and they don't. I think they are not um, uh, mature enough to live alone. Yes,
Of
and
course.
many bad things will come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. But so this way, when you say you don't feel strongly, it means, I don't know, not negative, not positive. So this one, or I think in this case, you had some negative, maybe like, thoughts about their, I don't know, immigration. So I think it's a bit different because when you have nothing, like, I don't know, something that is not, I don't know, your thing, or like, I don't know, it doesn't directly affect you. So you say, I don't know, not good, not bad, positive, negative. So this is about having strong feeling, but you had negative feeling about it. So because you have your concerns, so maybe,
Yes, yes.
of course. So it's like sometimes we have nothing about, like, I don't know, something. Maybe we don't understand the situation. So because of the lack of understanding, okay, I don't know. It's like, indifferent. You feel like indifferent. Not positive, not negative. So
Mm.
let me, if you have experienced something like this, you felt like indifferent. I don't know, not negative, not positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you ever done something that you don't like, but because you had to? How did you feel about the situation? No, I never. I can say I've never done something that I didn't like.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
about
in
me.
our life, we have to do something we don't like. We have to do.
Yeah.
Uh, yes, because my husband like or my parents like, but I don't like. Yeah,
You're
and yes,
really good girl.
I have to do. I have to do, but I don't like, and I
Yeah, of
feel
course.
unhappy. I feel yeah, but I think positively. That oh, that is my husband like it. I will
Yeah,
do it
yeah.
because of my husband. Yeah, make it happier. I can make it
Yeah, when you live
make
in, yeah, of
happier.
course, you have people who
Like
you know.
he, for example, he want to ride a bicycle. Want to ride a motorbike to go around the city. Um, or go to the hometown
Yeah,
by bicycle, motorcycle,
motorbike, of
a
course.
big motorbike, a big motorbike. I don't know,
Yeah,
like, but um, I don't like the sunshine. Shade.
ah,
I seen
yeah, of course.
afraid of the
Getting burned,
sun. Yes,
skin burn, of course.
fever. Yeah, it make me so ugly.
No way, but you do it.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
right.
and
Uh,
so in Vietnam, their environment is not um, clear, enough clean. Yes,
ah,
I don't like, but he likes to uh, take me. go to around the city. I don't like.
Yeah, but you do it because of him.
Yes, sometimes.
Perfect.
Yes. I like.
Perfect.
I like. I like riding a motor.
Yeah.
Um, I like to go by car in
Course,
a
of
car
course.
is in
Yeah,
and
of course.
no
There is
train,
no,
no.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course, there is no X-ray and sunshine, so of course it's really comfortable and easy to, I don't know, go somewhere by car, but yeah, because your husband, so you accept, so that is a respect. So I think that's really
Mhm.
good. You respect his opinion and his decision, so
Yes.
that's really good.
It, and one of the reasons I don't like it because I am afraid of accident.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course. Uh, of course. So be optimistic. So it's okay, no accidents. Yeah, so he or she should be optimistic. Okay, well, and what is your biggest strength and weakness?
Strength. Yeah, maybe I have a good communication. I easier to make friends. Um, and I have a lot of friends. Um, I can uh, live a uh, good in the first time in the in the first time can I can make a person believe me in the first time. I don't know how to say it.
You
Um,
can, yeah, very good. You can convince people easily. So that's really good. You can have actually fact in them. Very good.
no, I don't
First,
think so. But I mean that um, we have a um,
because you're
some
honest.
yeah yes someone can believe me in the first time when
Yeah.
they see me um, reliable. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
that's really good, of course, because you're honest and trustworthy, so people easily accept you and of course trust you. So that's really good. That's really good strength. Very good. And
The witness.
weakness.
Mm, mm, um, witness. Let me see. Let
Yeah,
me
of course.
think. I
No
think a lot.
weakness. That's really good.
A lot. Witness. Um, maybe easy to easy um easy to quick. Um,
Yeah.
not persistent or like um, don't work hard enough. Um, uh, if for example, I like English, but I don't um, like to study English, right? But I don't save enough time to have English to study. Um, I don't immerse in English.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
like
you think this way. I think your weakness is that you are not confident enough because, of course, you spend enough time you studying. So it's really good. So
the
it's
thing
you.
is or when I like to do computer, um, I study very basic. Yeah, I don't immerse in it.
Yeah, you don't immerse yourself in something that you
Yes,
really like to learn.
yes,
And
yes.
yeah, you expect that you do it, but you don't. So, because you
I'm
don't have
lack
time.
of persistence. I'm lack of persistence.
Persistence, because this is noun,
Yes,
persistence is noun,
pers
persistent is
persistence.
adjective. I'm not persistent, it means lack of
Okay,
persistence. Yeah.
persist.
So you don't continue like you get frustrated when you do something. Yeah. You easily get frustrated.
Easier to feel boring with it.
Yeah, yeah, you get frustrated too.
Frustrated.
It's normal, it's normal. It's not weakness. Well, okay. So, and so about happiness in life, according to the widow, it's like, of course, optimism, yeah, can bring happiness. Well, okay. Yeah,
According to psychology, what determines our
happiness in life,
happiness in life.
of course.
Uh, in the video,
Yeah. It's like, we was just
maybe
heard about
we balance. We have
optimism. Yeah, of
balance, optimistic
course.
and
Very good.
pessimistic.
Balance with
Mm,
optimism and pessimism,
and
and of course, being realistic. And
realistic.
yeah,
Realistic.
well, so, and the last question, of
Do
course, I
you
asked
agree?
you. Yeah,
Do you agree with the result of the survey? Yes. Have you tried thinking positively instead of negatively? Yes.
yes,
If
of
yes,
course. Of
then what
course.
was the situation? Mm, yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me see something before. So we talked about this topic in detail. I just got a notification just because it's about your class. Just one moment, let me check it because we were in class. I didn't check. One moment, let's talk about it. Uh, it's from LEO, and they told me that why we can't have 90 minutes per session. So we can't have. So did you talk to them? Because they didn't confirm. You know that it's like, Min, when you talk to your customer support, so they need to add, they need to update on the website. If they don't accept. So I think it's better to talk because now I have actually a message from LEO from VIP. So that is from today. You should teach me according to the old schedule of 3 hours per week. 3 hours. I don't know why, because I talked to them and I told them that you talked, and they told me that okay, you need to talk to CS, your customer support, okay, to provide an approved notification. Then we can have 90 minutes, okay? So may I ask you to do this, please? Please talk to them to update. So because I don't know,
I
they,
talked to them before, but
uh,
now I will I
of
will
course,
remind
your
them
customer,
again.
of
Yes.
course, yeah, that's,
Remind them. Yes.
because,
Okay.
as you can see, yeah, means customer support hasn't confirmed if the new 4 hours weekly schedule is approved. So because
Okay.
of
I
this,
will. Yes. Yes.
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So,
Yes. And
okay,
Friday, I'm not. I cannot
right,
study on Friday.
of course.
Okay,
Let
so
me,
I will see you on
but
on
we have
Thursday.
on Thursday.
On Thursday I cannot study,
Okay,
and I will
so
see you on Friday.
of course, so Thursday, I just note Thank you. Okay. Well, have a great time. Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
See you. Goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Mhm.
Goodbye.
The rest of day. Have a good
Thank you.
rest of day.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, you. And I need to drink some water again to
Now
talk.
I have a breakfast. I go to
Of
have a
course, with family. Great breakfast. Enjoy your time with family. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.